Level 1. The hungry one. The fridge at home has one egg and a half-empty bottle of hot sauce. You are 19 years old. That is the whole situation. It's a Tuesday night, and you're standing on the corner of MLK and 5th, under a streetlight that nobody has fixed in 6 months. The bulb blew out in March. The city sent a truck twice. Nothing happened. So now the whole block runs on shadows and phone screens and the orange glow from the bodega on the corner where Mr. Reyes sells Lucy's for $1 each. You've got your last 20 in your hand. It's damp at the edges. You've been holding it that tight. The dice circle is 8 guys deep. You don't know most of them. You know the game, though. Your cousin showed you the math once in a McDonald's booth on a Wednesday afternoon. You remember it. You call 7. You put the 20 down on the concrete like it's nothing, like you're not about to walk home empty if you're wrong. The dice tumble. They stop. 7. The circle erupts. Somebody slaps your shoulder hard enough to sting. You pick up $40 off the ground and your hands are shaking. You play 3 more times. You win twice. By midnight, you've got $200 in crumpled 5s folded into your sock, pressing warm against your ankle the whole walk home. You stop at the bodega. You buy eggs, bread, orange juice, and a Sprite. You have $163 left. You made it in 4 hours. You lie in bed and stare at the ceiling and think, patience is for people who can afford to wait. You think you know what you're signing up for. You don't. Level 2. The prospect. 3 nights later, a man named Dre finds you. You don't go looking for him. He comes to you. He's been watching the corner since Tuesday. He's maybe 28, maybe 32. It's hard to tell. He's got on a clean gray hoodie and new forces, and a calm that feels like it costs something to build. He doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't have to. He holds out a phone. Black. Prepaid. Scratched along one corner like it's been dropped on concrete before. You take it. 7 contacts saved in it. No names, just numbers. None of them are your mom. None of them are your cousin. You scroll through twice. 7 strangers who will call you with things they need, and you will answer. And that is the whole job. Dre points south, 2 blocks, Elm to Carver, sidewalk to sidewalk. Yours. 10 at night to 4 in the morning, 6 nights a week, every week until he says different. He tells you the rate. $400 a week, cash, Sundays. He tells you one rule. Don't be late, don't be loud, don't be stupid. Then he walks away. You stand there holding the burner like it weighs 30 pounds. Your first night, nothing goes wrong. Your second night, you move 4 packages and the phone rings twice. By Friday, you've got $180 already counted and rubber banded in your jacket. You're home before sunrise. You sleep till noon. You tell yourself this is temporary. A bridge. 6 weeks, maybe 8. Enough to stack something real. Then you find a day job. Maybe a warehouse. Maybe something with benefits. You almost believe it. The ceiling of your room looks different now. Same water stain above the window. Same everything. But something shifted, and you can't name it yet. Level 3. The earner. 4 months. Not one loss. You move product clean, quiet, and on time. Every Sunday, Dre counts it out. And every Sunday, you walk home with $400 folded in your back pocket. You don't spend loud. You don't buy chains. You buy a prepaid card for your phone bill and a good pair of boots, and a coffee most mornings from the place on 9th that costs $2. The rest goes under the floorboard. By November, you pull the shoebox out and count it twice. $4,000. Flat. You count it a third time just to feel it. You sit on the edge of your bed for maybe 10 minutes and don't move. Then you get up and order the bed frame. Queen size, dark wood. The one she pointed at on her phone 2 summers ago when she was joking like she'd ever own it. 72 hours later, 2 guys carry it up 3 flights to her apartment on the 3rd floor, and she stands in the doorway with her hand over her mouth. She thinks you got a warehouse job. You told her that back in July, and she nodded like she was relieved, and you let her keep it. She calls the frame beautiful. She runs her hand across the headboard. You watch her do it, and the feeling in your chest is real. Warm and full and clean. This one's yours. Nobody handed it to you. You earned it. You pull out your phone on the bus home. 14 unread texts. Damon, Keisha, Marcus from biology. Hey, you good? You coming to Marcus's thing Friday? Bro, where you been? You read them all. You put the phone away. Their Friday feels like something from a textbook about people you used to know. It's not that you're busy. It's that their ceiling is too low now, and you don't know how to stand in that room anymore. You don't text back. You don't notice that you don't. Level 4, the reliable one. You're 21 now. Dre doesn't count the money in front of you anymore. He just hands you the bag and nods. That's the whole conversation. You know what the nod means. It means your count has never been off. Not once. Not by $1. The block asks for you by name. Not for muscle, not for noise. For you specifically. Because when you say a number, that number is right. When you say you'll be somewhere at 9, you're there at 8:50. Marcus from the West Side crew asks Dre who handles the re-up, and Dre says your name without looking up. That's the first time you feel it. The real thing. Not just cash. Weight. So now you carry a 38, loaded, tucked under your left arm in a shoulder rig you bought for $40 at the pawn shop on Clement. You are not supposed to use it. That is the whole point. The gun means you're serious. Using it means something went wrong. You understand the difference the way other people understand traffic laws. Clear, automatic, no debate. You memorize 3 safe houses. The one on Drucker with the broken mailbox. The one above the laundromat on 5th. The one off Pine that smells like old carpet and bleach. You rotate through them on a schedule you keep only in your head. Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. You never write it down. You are good at this. At Thanksgiving dinner, your aunt asks if you want more sweet potatoes, and you say yes and smile, and your eyes go to the window for the 4th time in 20 minutes. You don't know you do it. Nobody at the table does either. Level 5, the name. You're 22 now. You walk into a boutique on Mercer Street that would have followed you around 2 years ago. Today, the guy behind the counter smiles first. You put $600 cash on the glass and walk out with a black leather jacket that weighs more than anything you've ever owned. You don't even check the price tag. You already knew it. You're pulling $15,000 a month. Not $14,000. Not $16,000. 15, clean and steady, like a salary. More than your uncle made his best year at the plant. More than your mother made in any 2 years you can remember. You know this because you asked her once, back when you were 12 and thought money was something grown-ups just figured out eventually. You figured it out. Men twice your age nod at you on the street before you nod at them. That's how you know. The nod comes first, they initiate, and that order means everything in this world. Guys you've never met in the Colwood neighborhood know your name. 2 neighborhoods over, somebody erases your tab at the back table without being asked. You sit down and the food just comes. It feels good. Say it plain. It feels good. You buy your cousin new shoes for school. Size 7, white and blue, $140. She cries. You tell her it's nothing. You mean it. It is nothing to you now, and you love what that feels like. But your name is everywhere. In conversations you weren't in rooms you've never entered, on the lips of people who've never seen your face, which means it's also on the lips of people who'd like to change that. You just don't feel it yet. Level 6, the boss. You're 23. You pay for everything at the table. 8 people, 2 bottles of Hennessy, plates of food nobody finished. The bill comes to $740. You put 10 hundreds down and tell them keep it. Nobody argues. Nobody even blinks. That's the thing about being the one who pays. The room just bends toward you. 6 people answer to you now. 6. You know their phone numbers, their mother's names, which ones are solid and which ones need watching. You give the assignments on Tuesday. You collect on Friday. The 8 blocks between Crane Avenue and the overpass on 14th, that's yours. Everybody on those blocks knows it. The penthouse is on the 17th floor. You pay in money orders every month, 3 of them, under your cousin Marcus's name. The lease says Marcus. The closet full of clothes says you. From the window, you can see 4 of your 8 blocks. You stand there sometimes and just look. $40,000 sits in a storage unit on Route 9, Unit 114. Labeled envelopes, 1 for each month going back to January. You built that from nothing. From a circle of guys shooting dice on a cold corner. You remember exactly what nothing felt like, and you'll never go back. You pick up the dinner tab at 10 p.m. Everybody cheers. Somebody slaps your back. The night is loud and warm and yours. Then you walk out to the parking lot to get some air. You sit in the car. 20 minutes pass. The engine is off. You watch the restaurant door and the people moving inside the lit window, and you realize you have to remind yourself to smile before you go back in. You do. You go back in. But you noticed it. Level 7. The untouchable. You're 25. There's a lawyer named Whitfield on retainer. $2,000 a month, pulled from an LLC your cousin Marcus set up in Delaware. The LLC is named after nothing. 3 random letters. KTF Holdings. Whitfield doesn't ask questions. That's what the 2,000 is for. You haven't slept 4 straight hours in 11 months. Not once. You don't move product. You don't touch it, see it, or say its name out loud. 3 people sit between you and anything real. You are a rumor with clean hands. The structure is good. You built it slowly, block by block, the same way you built everything. On paper, you don't exist. You should feel safe. You don't. Your girlfriend Deja calls you at 11 p.m. on a Wednesday. You watch the phone ring. You pick up, but for the 2 seconds before you do, you are doing math. Who knows she calls you? Who has seen her car outside? What does she know without knowing she knows it? That's new. That started maybe 6 months ago, and you can't stop it. Marcus texts you about Thanksgiving dinner, your aunt's place. You read the message twice, then a third time, looking for the thing underneath the thing. Marcus, who formed your LLC. Marcus, who knows your cousin's name is on a lease for a 17th floor apartment he's never slept in. You text back a thumbs up. You don't go to dinner. Deshaun has been your friend since you were both 11 years old. He knew you when you had nothing. He knew you when $20 was the whole night. Now when he sits across from you, you count what he could say if somebody asked him the right questions. You love him. You're almost sure you love him. But you count it anyway. That's what it costs. Not money. Not freedom yet. Just this. Everyone you know becomes a number you run. You run it every time. Level 8. The shadow. You're 26. The barbershop on MLK Boulevard opens at 9 a.m. and closes at 6 p.m. and loses $1,400 a month like clockwork. That's the design. The books say it's struggling. The books are supposed to say that. The car wash on Del Mar pulls clean numbers through 2 shell accounts and a payment processor registered in Nevada. On paper, you're a small businessman having a hard year. You are worth $340,000 in 3 locations you don't say out loud. Then Malik takes the charge. He's 17. He's been running drops for you since he was 15, because you knew his older brother, and his older brother vouched, and the kid was hungry in the way you recognize, the way you were. You told yourself that meant something. The DA offers him 36 months in a juvenile facility outside St. Louis. Malik takes it because the case above him disappears. You arranged that. Whitfield made 1 call. The math worked. You don't visit. You go to his mother's church instead. One Sunday in November, you sit in the 3rd pew from the back, and you put $600 in a white envelope, and you slide it under the offering plate, and you leave before the choir finishes. She sees you on the way out. She doesn't say anything. Neither do you. You drive home in the Audi, and you sit in the parking garage for 22 minutes without getting out. You tell yourself the money helps. You tell yourself it was him or you, and that's just the math. You've run the math so many times it doesn't feel like anything now. That's the part you don't say out loud. Not that you made the choice, that you stopped feeling it. Malik will be out before he's 20. You know his name. You know his mother's face. You know what the envelope cost you. Nothing. That's the worst part. Level 9. The fallen. You are 27. The indictment comes on a Tuesday. 47 pages. White paper. Your street name bolded on page 1. You read it 3 times in the back of a federal building hallway, while your hands stay completely still. You don't run. There's nowhere to go that they haven't already mapped. The lawyer costs $80,000 just to retain. You wire it the same afternoon. He shakes your hand and tells you the case is manageable. He says that word like it means something. Within 72 hours, your phone goes quiet. Whitfield doesn't call. The guy who ran the car wash numbers doesn't call. The 3 people who ate at your table every week, who laughed the loudest, who always had somewhere to be when you had somewhere to be. Gone. Not angry, not dramatic, just gone, the way smoke goes. By Thursday night, you're in county holding. It's 3 a.m. The cell smells like bleach and old rubber. You have $11 in your commissary account. You know $200,000 is sitting in a storage unit on Kings Highway. You know the feds already have the address. You know because it's in the indictment, page 31. They've known for 4 months. You call your mother. She doesn't answer. You call again at 3:40. Same thing. You sit on the edge of the metal bunk and you look at the wall and you do the math one more time. The way you always do the math. It doesn't come out to anything useful. The $200,000 is already gone in your head. The businesses are gone. The Audi is gone. 8 years of moving right, staying invisible, keeping the books clean. Gone in 47 pages that somebody typed up in an office somewhere while you were sliding envelopes under offering plates and telling yourself the math worked. The math worked. That's the thing. Every number added up perfectly. And you still end up here, at 27, alone, with $11, waiting for morning. Level 10, the corner that remembers you. You are 33. You walk out of Terre Haute on a Tuesday in November with $200 in gate money and a clear plastic bag with your clothes inside. The air is cold. Nobody's waiting. You take a Greyhound for 6 hours, and then a city bus for 40 minutes. And then you walk the last 8 blocks because you don't have exact change. The block looks the same, and nothing looks the same. The streetlight on Del Mar is still out. It was out when you were 19. It will be out when you're gone for good. You stand under it for a second, and you think that's almost funny. You don't laugh. You are a felon. You cannot vote. You cannot sign a lease without a cosigner. The .38 you used to carry like a credential, you cannot legally touch one. You are 33 years old, and you need your aunt to vouch for an apartment. She does it. She doesn't say anything while she signs. That is its own kind of weight. You stop at the bodega on the corner where it started. Same glass case, same single fluorescent tube buzzing overhead. There's a kid inside, maybe 18, maybe 19, and he's sliding something across the countertop the way you did once. Same lean, same look on his face, like he just figured something out. You know that look. You wore it. You don't say anything to him. You buy a bottle of water for $1.25 and you leave. Younger kids on the block know your name. They say it wrong. They have the story wrong. You were bigger in their version, cleaner, winning more than you ever won. You let them have it. It costs you nothing. What it cost you is already paid. You were 19. You were so certain. You handed over your last $20 and the whole circle erupted and you thought, this is it. This is the door opening. It was a door. You just couldn't see what was on the other side. You don't know yet that the streets keep ledgers no accountant can read. That each wind sharpens your hunger while dulling something quieter inside. Your sleep, your laugh, the way your mother's voice used to matter. You're about to learn that the real house edge isn't math. It's time itself, betting pieces of you that don't grow back. But the dice are warm in your palm, and the neon calls. And somewhere behind you, another kid in another hoodie is just now reaching for his first roll. The cycle continues.